The Saints season is over. No playoffs. Dennis Allen did the impossible. He beat the Falcons 48-17, and yet Saints fans hate him even more. Thomas, hit that intro.
Welcome to the award-winning Saints Happy Hour podcast. Seriously, this podcast has won awards. American standards are dropping every day. The show features Ralph, the best host in the world, who can barely pronounce his own name, much less anyone else's.
Marcus Callaway.
Dave is that dude who loves taking bathroom breaks. He's mad about almost anything, so make sure to lower your volume when he speaks.
Put that freaking clown meme back up that I made. Jesus Christ.
Andrew has sources, watches tapes, and knows football. He rarely shows up on time and wants to commit crimes to help the Saints win.
Sean Payton would have done illegal things. Don't tell me I'm wrong, because you know it's true.
Oh, and there's also Kevin, who is great at doing mock drafts, but struggles to actually watch Saints games or have a functioning relationship.
Budrich wants to know how the doctor's doing.
That ended.
Anyway, grab a drink, sit back, and enjoy the insanity.
All right, everybody. Welcome to another edition of Saints Happy Hour podcast. As always, we are presented by Hard Hide Ponchatoula Strawberry Whiskey. I'm Ralph Marlborough. I'm joined by Dave, Andrew. Hello, everybody watching on the live stream on Twitch. We got a ton of people. Your boy, Alan, Andrew's dad, Who Dat Golfer, Jerry, Bulldog Saint, Nola Saint, Jason Champagne, Budrich, Mandy Mo, San Antonio Saint. There's so many. Like, people are packing the Twitch chat tonight. Thanks for joining us, guys. We're going to recap the Saints' fun they had smashing the Falcons. Jameis telling DA he's the captain now. Arthur Smith crying like a little girl. And the 2023 draft suddenly looks amazing. The hotline is mad at everyone. We take your questions and shocking picks to the game. Forecast conclusion. And we're going to give away the knife before we start. Remember to subscribe to Saints Happy Hour wherever you get your podcast. I also have to mention MVP contest. It's closing tonight. Jerry, who's in the chat at JLD Hot Sauces and Knives, he gave us this custom-made knife with the Saints Happy Hour logo. We're gonna raffle it off. Tonight's the night. If we reach $100 in donations tonight, the MVP will choose which minibar bottle from my giant minibar collection I will poison myself with. Before I get to those two bottles, which are amazing, I got to read this note. Vince from Maine, Andrew, he sent me. He said, I was going through some old stuff and I stumbled upon an autographed Deuce McAllister jersey. Thought maybe y'all would know someone who would like it or give it away to a Saints Happy Hour fan. And of course, I included some booze for you to drink. Enjoy. P.S. Fire TA. So that was nice of Vince. My two bottles that I'll be drinking tonight. This is courtesy of Dave, courtesy of the people at the live show.
Yeah,
Dave finally sent me that.
Yeah.
It's absence.
Hi, Max.
Hi, Max. It's absence.
Oh,
It's disgusting.
Wait, say that again.
Absence? How do you say?
Absence.
absinthe.
Yeah. I like your absence of being able to
Absence?
say absinthe correctly.
I don't.
All right.
Absent.
All right,
One more
listen.
time, Dave. Let me use it in a sentence.
Absinthe.
Absent.
You're
As in,
drinking
like,
absinthe
synthesizer.
first. I don't care what the other bottle is. That's what you're drinking first.
Salted
and everyone,
caramel.
I want to watch Ralph do the maximum amount of the show off that bottle of absinthe, which, by the way, is huge.
It is.
Hold it up again, like
it's
that's like 2 shots. It
it's
looks like
gigantic.
Absinthe is wormwood as well. So I think that's in the same family as Malort, I believe.
Yes.
God.
So donate now so we can watch Ralph hallucinate.
I'll of course drink it all. I will. Like I'll drink it all, but it may have to be like one swig, swallow, drink some delicious Hard Hide strawberry whiskey and lemonade, and do another shot because this is gigantic. This is like 3 shots almost.
There we go. Who Dat Golfer getting after it. Let's go.
So remember, you can donate via Stream Elements by typing in exclamation point donate in the chat and click the link that appears. Twitch takes like 50% because they're like the mob when you donate using bits. So you can spend less money and it's easier to get me drunk. It's win-win. Even Andrew can do it. And remember, the best $20 you'll spend all week, text-to-speech donations. Boom. You interrupt the show. It's done. Thomas, do we have an MVP leader already?
Yes, we do. Speaking of MVP, Andrew is the MVP with the donation of 1 point. Sorry, that's Andrew's dad.
Andrew's dad.
1.5k bits. That's also thanks to Who.Golfer for 1k bits.
Thanks.
To Badrich for 250 bits. To Jason Champagne for subscribing with Prime, and to Real Uncle Mitty. And also, I have to remind that last week, Hatchet John won with 51 bucks. So we are at 22.5 out of 100 bucks.
I'm, of course, drinking Hardhide strawberry whiskey and lemonade. It's delicious. I was talking to John over at Hardhide. We were commiserating. We both bet on Washington last night and got our asses handed to us.
Why did you bet on Washington?
I don't know. I'm bad.
You really thought they were going to win?
I'm bad at college football. I had a great year I had a great year NFL, and I just dabbled in college, and I got kicked in the nuts. What do you want, Dave?
Yeah, I bet the over. I put $50 on the over. I assume both offenses would roll, and man, Michael Penix really screwed me.
Yeah. So what are you drinking? What are you drinking? Oh, you're doing dry January, Andrew.
Yeah, I'm drinking.
Matt Ryan.
Shut up, Ralph, and drink the absinthe.
Oh, did he get us there?
No. Thanks, Andrew, for 28 to 3 buck donation. Also, thanks to Purveyor of Awesome for $10 tip.
Thanks. What are you drinking, Dave?
I am drinking. I threw away the can, but I'm drinking this Hazy Boy IPA that's almost done. This is Gnarly Barley Social Lubricant. It's very good.
Wow. All right, so we got to start.
Interception!
Jesus.
Matt Ryan.
Well, you're drinking.
Sean Elias with 100 buck tip, Ralph.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Jeez.
Wow, from the top rope.
He's not
if I
here,
can make
but
a wrestling analogy.
he makes his contribution.
Jesus.
How did he do it if he's not here?
I mean,
so
so
I'm not even gonna.
It was a coordinated effort, Dave.
I'm not even gonna like ask the question. It's this. It's
Yes.
It's absinthe, yeah.
absinthe, and it's all right. It's this bottle. I forgot who gave it to me at the live show. It is like super fancy. It's got like.
Was it Nikolai? Did Nikolai give it to you?
Nikolai, maybe. It's got like butterflies, and look at that. It's fancy.
How big is that bottle? How many ounces or milliliters is that?
Milliliters.
The print is really. I don't know. The print is really small. I can't even.
All right.
Quit spilling it.
Maybe after you drink it.
Oh my God!
You'll be able to see better. Is it green? Is it green?
It is kind of greenish. Well, that might be the bottle though. I don't even know. Like it smells like
Ass?
It smells like mint.
Your mom's armpits?
Mint and like stale water. All right, let's go.
Stale water.
Like like rancid, like water that's in a ditch.
All right, go.
Sean Orleans says, "Drink up, fucker." Oh, are you doing the whole thing?
Oh, he's doing the whole thing.
Oh,
Did you do the whole thing? Oh, he's doing the face. Oh, get the bucket. Oh, he spit something out.
Hey, Sally, I need assistance.
Did you? What did you just spit out?
Did you just puke?
I didn't spit it out. Oh.
Max is still standing right next to you.
Did you drink the whole thing?
I did. That was a mistake.
What a role model you are. What a role model you are.
God.
Max, get in here.
Fuck.
Get in here and just look at this man that they call your dad.
That was so terrible. And the thing was,
Jesus.
I won't even
That
ask you,
purple
man.
out of you.
You okay, buddy?
I am
Is your
not.
arm is your arm fixed after that?
My arm is fixed. Like that was a mistake. Like like everything is like wobbling. It's really like how strong is it? Like it.
They
What?
say you can hallucinate, right? From absinthe.
It's like
Yeah.
yeah. The thing is, it's like the Malort in a sense of I did it. I was like, oh, this isn't bad. I'm just gonna go. I was like, I'm just gonna go. I'm just gonna throw it back. And like I was halfway done and I realized it was a mistake. But I didn't want to like
Too late.
spit it up as I'm drinking it. But like that made the Malort look like a dessert.
You
wine.
know what? We are less than $5 away from the second drink. by the
Oh
way.
my
No way.
Oh, baby.
Who was donating?
I mean, Sean O'Leans donated $100, man, when we were at like
Wow.
75. Yeah.
wow.
All right, keep the donations coming. What else we got, Ralph?
Did Sean Orleans use his Amazon gift card that Ralph gave us all for Christmas to make Ralph drink?
Look, listen, we're not going to talk about the Saints all night. We're not going to talk about Jameis or the play at the end of the game. We're just going to get Ralph wasted, and then that's going to be the show.
Wow.
That's it.
This is such a bad that was such a bad decision. Like everything, like everything is off. Like my balance, like it's just
There you go.
Wow, Jesus.
Let
He's
me
got to
play
drink
it.
again. I'm going to get another drink.
wow. You want
Don't
me to
forget, I can hear you now when I walk
Oh,
away.
so I can just drink. See,
Might as
And
well
just
just knock it
that
out.
with
Are we doing a mailbag after this?
yeah, we are.
Rain.
Oh my god. See,
Am I going to have to host this show?
you might.
What do we have now? What's on the menu?
Salted caramel Irish cream.
Oh,
See, now, like normally, I was thinking in my foolishness, I was like, well, I'll do the absinthe and like it will be at like the 35, 40-minute mark. And then I'll do that and like maybe finish it off with the Irish cream at the very end. I'm scared like the absinthe and the
that shit's gonna instantly curdle
it's salted, the caramel salted
in your trachea.
he can't even talk, man.
I can't. Wait, am I like
You're like fumbling on words worse than ever right now.
This is the he's hallucinating. This
we're
is
going
the
to
end of the
preview
season.
that bitch and I'm going to be drunk as fuck. I'm already there. Jesus. Like, whew, I'm scared. Like
Your
this
dad
one.
asks if another absinthe is available.
No, I want the cream.
You
I
know,
want this.
smells
Right.
delicious. It smells like
That's good.
caramel.
Damn, I
smells
need
like a roll.
puke beater. Oh,
Compared to, I'm sure that was easy compared to
that's a one.
the absinthe.
Well, yeah.
He's making the face.
No, that was bad actually. I would say that was like a.
It makes me almost want to vomit.
Give it 20 minutes.
So what was it?
What rating are you giving that one?
I'm giving that one like a 7.5. Like it was sneaky
Seven.
terrible. Like it did not meet expectations, much
Oh my
like the
God.
Saints in 2023.
I am way too entertained. Honestly, this segment has been more entertaining than the Saints on the field this season for me.
What's the opposite of dry January? Because that's what Ralph is doing right now.
Ralph January.
Ralph January.
Yeah, that's
Ralph,
right.
Ralph Uary. Listen, we got to start.
We got to actually talk about the Saints.
We got to talk about it. We got to start with Jameis.
Well, hold
doing
on.
the
Good job, everybody, getting this out of the way. We
Yeah.
appreciate it. Yeah.
We got to start with the most hilarious Jameis thing to ever Jameis to end his career, telling DA, I'm the captain now, and sticking it straight up Arthur Smith's ass to the delight of us all. And then Jameis explaining it after the game was just as perfect as you could imagine. Thomas, play Jameis. It's long soundbite, but I don't care. Jameis explaining what he did was amazing.
the play was victory. But I also explained to DA that it was a team decision. And I think when you have a team morale, and I asked the guys, I said, guys, like, what do you want to do? We know how much Jamal means to this team, and I understood from DA's perspective. So I give him that. But DA didn't condone that at all. You know, he didn't. However, we decided as a team to do it, and man, we got an interception to the 1 yard line. You know, like, so if we would have scored, would it still would have been disrespectful? I think it should be forgotten, especially when the score is already 41-17. So I don't know how much worse it can get. But I got a ton of respect for Arthur Smith and the coach that he is. I think they do some incredible things. I didn't want to disrespect. That was not my intention. My intention was to lead the team that I've been with the entire year. And we made a collective decision that we wanted to get one of our guys who they fight with blood, sweat, and tears every game in the end zone. And I'm going to feel good about that.
Collective decision. Dave, I want a t-shirt, Jameis's head, team decision, and I will wear it consistently on the podcast. Everything is fucking swag. I hate y'all.
Matt Ryan.
Jesus.
LOL at Annie's video on Falcons/Saints video.
What was that?
What is that? Oh,
Annie's video. Yeah.
I think that was the video that we just played.
Oh
yeah.
Maybe.
I tried to join you. I tried to join you guys post game, but I was having all kinds of issues, so I just had to bail. And I happened to join. I wanted to talk about the whole last play thing, and I happened to join right as you guys were talking about it, and you didn't even know because I had listened to the post game on the way home, and I was listening to DA, and look, you know, the only thing that I will give Arthur Smith or DA is the fact that they ran it out of victory formation. That's kind of the only like cheap thing about it. You know,
I mean, it's incredibly cheap though. Like, that part is horrendous.
Yeah, there's potential for injury.
Awesome.
Yeah, nobody's expecting it. And I guess, I mean, and I'm thinking about it, and I'm trying to play out the scenarios. I mean, I guess they felt like they couldn't line up regularly because DA would have seen it and would have called the timeout and would have been onto him. And then maybe thrown Derek Carr out there.
That's funny.
And Derek, and then maybe instead thrown Derek Carr out there, which like Derek Carr would not have done that. No way. Derek Carr is rocking the ship. Him and DA are butt buddies. But that's the only thing I'll give him. The one thing I want to say is like, just shame on DA. Shame on DA for saying no to getting Jamal Williams a touchdown in the first place. Shame on DA for not getting Jamal Williams, not wanting to get him a touchdown, for not being the kind of coach who recognizes that that's important to his players and to his team and to teammates. I mean, this isn't the first time. This isn't a surprise to, I think, all of us here on this podcast to learn that DA is not a player's coach.
Here's the thing. And
has lost the locker room. I think I knew this. The eye-opening moment for me was when he threw Olave under the bus on that play for not running the route, finishing the route or whatever.
Earlier in the season.
Yeah, absolutely. That was when that was the second I knew that it was DA and Derek Carr together. And I think I really do. I think it's the two of them versus the rest of the locker room. I think it's a huge, it's not a huge problem. Like, obviously the Saints have done well the last, 5-6 games. They've done a really good job. They've looked like one of the better teams in the league I can't believe I'm saying that. But offensively they've looked good. Defensively they've still done pretty well. But like just Dennis Allen sucks. Like, just we all want a coach who gives a crap about his players. We all want a coach.
I'm gonna just blame some on DA just cause.
Yeah, I mean, right. It should never have even gotten to that point. Like, they should never have even had to do that. Like, Dennis Allen is the exact opposite of Peyton. I hate to keep comparing him to Peyton. I don't want to compare every coach the Saints have ever had to Peyton, but like, that's the reason why we loved Peyton, and that's the reason why we hate Dennis Allen.
Peyton would have got Jimmy Graham a touchdown.
That's the other thing. That's exactly where I was going with this. Even more so, I dislike Dennis Allen even more so because he obviously had no intention, and the whole Jamal Williams thing proves it. Like, if he's doing this to Jamal Williams, then I would say it's logically reasonable. It's reasonable for us to assume that he obviously went out of his way and said no to getting Jimmy Graham a touchdown. I have to imagine Jimmy Graham and all the other guys on this team, the veterans on this team, would have wanted to see Jimmy Graham get a touchdown in probably his last game against the Falcons. Maybe he would dunk it over the goalpost. Like, he just, it's making me mad. Just think about it. God, he just sucks. He just sucks. He's just
that's a good
wet blanket, namby-pamby.
Dave, you do a great.
God, what a loser. He's just a loser. And I just want to, if we were in high school, I just want to, pick him up and stuff him in a locker. My God.
Dave, you do a great job.
He's the hall monitor. He's the rat in the class. He's the guy when you have the substitute teacher that comes in. The regular teacher's sick, and the substitute teacher comes in, and she rolls in the cart with the TV on it, and you all are ready to watch TV. And Dennis Allen raises his hand and was like, "No, actually, we were working on chapter 3, question 2. We could just pick up right where we left off there. Just F him.
So, Dave, you did a great job segue. Of course, after the game, Dennis Allen's a wet blanket. He's the giver of terrible press conferences. And he had to go and totally ruin, Andrew, the moment where every Saints fan, for a good 5 minutes, we were all behind him. And we were like, oh, my God, DA, he's embraced us. He gets us. Finally, he knows he's embraced the petty spirit of New Orleans. Nope. DA, of course, apologized to Arthur Smith that baby Arthur Smith after the game. Thomas, play that sound to DA. It's disgusting.
Finish out that game. That's not who we are. That's not how we operate. We should have taken a knee. So I want to apologize to them. Because look, we're all we got a good rivalry. And it's a heated rivalry. But there's a way we go about doing our business, and I wasn't happy about that. So,
Andrew, I've never the Saints won 48-17. He burned it all down.
Yeah, I'm so conflicted in some ways about all this because, I don't blame Arthur Smith for being pissed, first of all. I think his whole tantrum was hilarious.
It was.
I'm here to mock him.
That is the saddest.
I was very entertained.
We'll ever see.
I was very entertained that they scored out of the victory formation. I found it very entertaining.
Yes.
But I also see why, the people in the league would be pissed. That is some Bush League shit to run out of victory formation.
Right.
And then I actually look, DA's a man of his principles, him telling the players, no, you got to kneel. That's respectful to the opponent. And then him not wanting the team to do it, and then him being unhappy with his team that they did it. I don't even blame him for that so much. I think the thing that really gets me is that he basically admitted to the world that he lost his team.
That's
that
right.
They don't listen to him.
That's right.
To me, it's way worse than what people are making it out to be, because he doesn't have the wherewithal when it's clear he's lost his team to somehow, throw people off the scent. You know what I mean?
You gotta basically
say, first of all, you never fucking apologize to the Falcons. And you know what? You know who vaults ahead of Jameis Winston even into the Hall of Fame? And we've already got him on this wall. But Jimmy Graham explains the situation, and he ends his sentence with F the Falcons publicly.
Right.
So and then a Falcons fan claps back at him, and he shows the bent goalpost. He just tweets a picture of that. So that dude's the greatest of all time.
See, I didn't
put him in the Ring of Honor immediately.
Right now.
That makes me
before Breeze.
That makes me more mad because that makes me believe Jimmy really would have dunked it if he scored a touchdown.
100%. 100%
he was going to dunk it.
100% he was going to dunk it.
Especially with it being 34-17.
Look, you're telling me.
I was yelling at him.
People are paying Ralph to drink absinthe. You don't think they would cover Jimmy Graham's fine in about 5 seconds on a GoFundMe?
Oh my God!
I was telling him that. I was yelling. I was like, Jimmy, we'll pay the fine. Dunk it.
It would
unbelievable.
If Jimmy Graham, they'd have got Jimmy Graham a touchdown and he'd have dunked it. It would have been no hyperbole. It would have been the happiest Saints fans have been since before the no call. If he'd have scored and dunked the ball.
So anyway, I will also share that a lot of people are making this about Jameis versus DA. Like, I really don't think Jameis was trying to slight DA.
No.
I think this was about Jamal Williams. And like Jamal, I mean, I think we
He's
all
beloved.
see clearly.
He hasn't even been here a year, dude.
We've all seen clearly how we saw it in training camp.
That's right.
Like, greatest personality. Like, everyone loves Jamal Williams. Everyone. He's the best teammate. And like the guys just wanted to get him in the end zone. Now they should have done it for fucking Jimmy. Is who they should have done it for.
Right.
Well,
but I respect that it was for Jamal. But like, that's all it was. I really don't think Jameis was vindictive or had an axe to grind or was being petty. I think he was just trying to celebrate one of his guys. Like, I really think that I think the whole offense that was strictly the intent.
Jameis knows what it's like to be on a team and to be a teammate and to be a good teammate. I don't know the history of Dennis Allen, but Dennis Allen doesn't seem to know what it's like to be a teammate. Yeah. Like Dennis Allen seems like he just went straight to coaching. Like he never played the game. Like he never was on a team with other guys.
So I want to go back to what I said.
He was born and then he just became a coach. He was born with a visor and a headset and a lame ass personality.
And I just want to say, like, let's play this out for a second, right? So you tell your team don't do this, like kneel it, and they don't listen to
say
you.
Yes.
They don't listen to you. I'm immediately like, well, shit. They didn't listen to me. The first thing that goes into my head is, how do I damage control this? How do I protect myself and make sure the world doesn't find out that my team doesn't listen to me? Because it might cost me my job. It might cost me the respect of the fan base, which I've already lost. And this was a layup for him. Like Ralph, he could have won the fan base over.
Yeah.
It was there for him to just say, you know what? I hate the Falcons. And I decided Arthur Smith, I decided to pour a little salt on the wound. 41-17 didn't feel like enough. I wanted to run up the score. I mean, he could have said that, and like he would have won everything would have changed for him.
He doesn't even need to be a jerk about it. He could just be like, he could have just said, "We as a team, we want to get Jamal a touchdown." Like he's been awesome.
I mean, here's the thing.
All year. I'm sorry, Arthur Smith feels that way.
You can't.
But look,
he can't say that because then he would have lined up in a regular formation. Then it makes him look like an ass.
I respect that DA is a sportsmanship guy and he's principled and he doesn't want to score in that situation. Like I actually respect that. The thing that kills me is that he doesn't have the brain to be like, how do I spin this? And then you go in the press conference like, dude, I don't know what you say. I don't know if you say no comment. I don't know if you say, wasn't thrilled about that. We'll deal with it internally. That probably gives up too much. You know what I'm saying? Or, in hindsight, we shouldn't have done that. We'll address this when the time is right, kind of thing. Like, just throw people off the scent, throw up walls. I don't know. But what you don't do is you don't say, I didn't want our team to do that, and they did it anyway. Because that's telling everyone you're putting yourself on display to say that you are weak and no one respects you.
Or Aldi Marino. It was a miscommunication from the sideline. Miscommunication, but I support my guys.
There are a lot of political things that you could say to not let everybody know the situation and to also not make yourself look like you've lost the locker room. And you could just say like, we're going to handle this internally, or there was a miscommunication is great. He's just, again, he just sucks.
Derek Carr would have kneeled. We all agree with that.
Oh,
right?
100%.
No shot Derek Carr he would have listened.
And here's the thing.
Ralph can't say anyone's name right.
Like, why is Jameis in victory formation? Like, I've never seen that. What other team does that where they put the backup quarterback in for victory formation?
Yeah,
what is that? It's weird. And they've been doing it. Like, you get what you deserve, DA. Like, but here's the thing, Dave. There was an actual game, and the Saints played.
Isn't this like the plot to like Varsity Blues?
It is.
Didn't they put the backup quarterback in late in the game?
Johnny Moxon, man. He went when Jameis went full Mox.
I was joking earlier that this was like, our Rudy moment. This is
it's Mox. It's Mox.
But yeah, this is more like Varsity Blues.
It's Varsity Blues, man. It's Mox. The thing is, Andrew, they played a perfect second half. Perfect. You literally can't play any better. It was 17-17 at the half. The Saints won 48-17. Kendra Miller, we didn't even know if he was real. 73 yards and a touchdown. A.T. Perry, three catches, 53 yards, 2 touchdowns. You add in Brian Bresee, Jordan Howden. That's 4 quality, potentially NFL dudes, or at least 4 dudes with possibilities. The 20 the absence is just, it kicks in at moments like
the
that.
absence.
Yeah,
We're still calling
Can't
it
say
the
anyone's
absence.
name right.
The 2023 draft suddenly went from it's all right to, oh my God, we might have something here, right, Andrew?
Yeah, I mean, A.T. Perry's real exciting because Derek Carr's been trying to throw that 50-50 ball up into the end zone into coverage all season, and now it's finally working because he's got a guy that can make those plays. So yeah, he's making the contested catches, which is what this team needed all along. Like, who knew that A.T. Perry was the guy to give it to him? But yeah, it's just frustrating that it came at the time that it did, but like the game was awesome. And yes, I think from a young player's perspective, we'll see what Isaiah Foskey can bring. Hopefully he can kind of turn things around next year. But like Bresee had a great year, feeling good about A.T. Perry, feeling good about Kendre Miller. And, I think this was a nice draft class, something to build off of. And dude, like, I don't know. In some ways, 48-17 over the Falcons, like it's kind of nice to. I mean, I'm sad the season's over. I really am. I've heard a lot of people say, "Oh, worst season ever. This was so boring." I was so entertained. Like I thought the season. Look, I mean, I love the Saints, but you gotta find joy in Sundays watching this, right? I mean, you don't have to just.
It was a weird.
Focus on
it was a weird season, though, Dave. Because here's
very
the thing.
weird.
The Saints' point differential, Pythagorean theorem, the Saints are a 10.5 win team. The Eagles, who won 11 games, are an 8.5 win team. If you just do point differential Pythagorean theorem. So
what the hell is that? What
do you mean?
Pythagorean theorem, like a squared plus b squared?
Yeah, it's like you take
what
points.
The fuck are you talking about?
You take points scored, points given up, and whatever it is, you
the
divide
absence
it.
Working, man.
You divide it by a certain number, and it.
Dude, it's turned him into Einstein and Van Gogh.
That's right, and it gives you a number. But the thing is that the season was weird. Is the Saints on paper they're a 10.5 win team, but they had 5 games that they lost that they didn't lead a single second in.
I'm
So
still
it was
not
very
sure.
difficult.
I mean, I think the 34-0 over the Patriots and the 48-17 win, kind of skews it. And then they didn't really get crushed in any game. Like all their games were one score that they lost. So yeah, I mean, they had an easy schedule. I mean, so I will say, I said this on the post game. In some ways, I'm glad it's over. End it with a 48-17 win. This hilarious debacle at the end. Like it's a fitting way to end the season. Like they win 48-17. Everyone hates DA more than ever. No one's happy. Like that's just so on brand for the season.
That's right.
But I mean, if we're looking at this seriously for a moment, it will never get easier to win this division. Never. This is as weak, and I look back on the Packers game. I look back on that first Atlanta game. Man, that first Atlanta game, they kicked 5 field goals. They had a pick 6 that went 92 yards the other way for a touchdown. Taysom Hill fumbled inside the 5. That was full throttle shenanigans against the Saints.
Full credit to you. You've said all year Atlanta's a trash pile. And I want to say, speaking
they're
of
poorly
trash pile,
coached.
Well, yeah, Arthur Smith.
But sorry, Ralph, let me finish the thought. So I just feel like when you consider how easy it was to win this division, I just feel like the Saints blew one of the easiest chances they will ever have to make the playoffs. And it's just like, what a wasted opportunity. Yeah. I think this season we will always look back on this and be like, man, they freaking blew
it. They didn't play a single. They played one elite quarterback, and that was Stafford. And you can kind of argue him as being like elite. They played one elite quarterback all year. Yeah. I want to say this: Carolina, they're like 2017 Hugh Jackson, Cleveland Brown bad. Like that game there. Look, it's the Saints' own fault they didn't make the playoffs, but Carolina could have won that game. They fumbled diving into the end zone and had a touchdown called back on the dumbest penalty you'll ever see. They couldn't line up right. And they lost 9-0. Carolina is they hit rock bottom, got out of jackhammer, and dug to China. They're so bad. I hope
Baker Mayfield couldn't even play. He could barely walk. And he looked like Michael Penix in the national championship game. Like he was hobbled. They couldn't make throws. Like, dude, they put up 3 field goals.
And the
like
thing
I know everyone's saying like Philly's gonna get their teeth kicked in by the Bucks, but like, dude, unless Baker Mayfield gets healthy, like I don't really see him making any plays in that game.
The Saints would have kicked Philadelphia's teeth in.
Yeah.
Like the Saints, well, maybe not because the Saints offensive line is so bad. Cam Irving got hurt again. So I don't know. If the Saints could block Philadelphia, then Derek Carr would cook them. I'm so drunk I forgot Dave's name. That's where I was.
It's Kevin. It's Kevin.
It's Kevin. That's Kevin. Kevin's a Tulane fan now.
I'm tripping balls. Yeah. Dave
Case Tulane.
How was the vibes at the Dome?
That's a good question. Actually, I would say as far as the last few home games are concerned, this was definitely the loudest and most upbeat. Definitely better than the last couple of weeks. Good amount of Falcons fans, though, I gotta say.
Really? Yeah, I saw a couple.
Yeah, good amount of Falcons fans. Yeah, there was a whole section where a whole bunch of them were all dressed alike. I don't know how they organized that, what was going on, but better than the last few games.
Yeah. So, guys, we are presented. Or before we do that, Thomas, give us a quick donation update.
No new donations as far as I'm concerned. The last one was Budrich. So Sean Orleans, the one and only, is still in the lead.
Having me drink
one Hondo.
That's the worst thing I've ever drank. I'm like.
So that's officially worse than Malort?
It's worse than Malort.
Wow.
Well, there was more of it.
I've always been an alcohol guy. I've never been a drug guy. Like
called an alcoholic.
Like drugs. I don't do drugs. Like smoke marijuana, LSD. Like I don't do any of that.
Devil's lettuce.
Everything tingles. Like I feel like this is like a drug experience that I'm having right now.
You know who probably doesn't drink or do drugs? Dennis Allen.
He did say that when he was talking about the games, did you hear? He's like, "We'll have a couple beverages."
Yeah, I'm like,
yeah, he's talking about Dr. Pepper.
My chest burns like gonorrhea on a cheap whore. Yeah,
he's gonna have a Mr. Pibb.
Yeah, so guys, we are presented by Hardhide Ponchatoula Strawberry Whiskey. Hardhide Ponchatoula Strawberry Whiskey is a strawberry-flavored whiskey blended with aged wheat whiskey, American light whiskey, fresh strawberries from Ponchatoula, Louisiana. It's 86 proof, blended and bottled in New Orleans, Louisiana at Porch Jam Distillery. Hardhide Strawberry Whiskey is not for the thin-skinned. It's not for Dennis Allen. You can pick up a bottle wherever fine spirits are sold in Louisiana, Mississippi, Texas, Florida, Georgia, South Carolina, and Tennessee. To learn more and to find a location to get a bottle near you, go to hardhidestrawberrywhiskey.com. Hardhide Ponchatoula Strawberry Whiskey is supporting Saints Happy Hour all football season, so support the people who support the show. Grab a bottle of Hardhide Ponchatoula Strawberry Whiskey today. Andrew, I mentioned this before, but the Saints, with a point differential, the Saints finished
the Pythagorean theorem.
Yeah, Pythagorean theorem. 9th in points scored, 8th in points allowed, Derek Carr was the highest rated quarterback in the NFL the last 4 weeks. I'm not saying the offense is great. I'm not saying the offensive line is fine. But did Pete Carmichael and Doug Marrone specifically, did they save their jobs in December?
God, I was really hoping you weren't going to ask that question.
By the way, I'm gonna. This has become a weekly thing now. I'm gonna stick up for Pete Carmichael again for all the ridiculous people who think he should be fired. One, he did use Jimmy Graham as a decoy for a touchdown. That was brilliant. Two, nobody saw that Derek Carr designed run up the middle a la Taysom Hill coming. Right. Okay. Pete Carmichael is more freaking creative than Willy Wonka's left pinky. Okay. I don't want to hear it. There's nothing wrong with Pete Carmichael. As we can see, Dennis
you're
Allen
lobbying
is clearly
for his
the
return.
problem.
Did you do the absent? Did you do it? Not me?
No, I'm lobbying for his return.
Wow. What? I
have no problem with Pete Carmichael.
I know I'm hallucinating now, Andrew.
Pete
also, that's another 365 days of photoshopping Pete Carmichael into movies and television scenes.
Well, we know. Speaking of gross, we know that the Saints have already reached out to John Gruden and are interested in his services. So, yeah, I mean, that all signs point to them.
It makes me almost want to vomit.
If not making wholesale changes, at least, enhancing. And my fingers are in
that is not enhancing anything.
Right
anything.
Well, first of all, Pete Carmichael is probably just going to retire. He wanted to retire earlier. They brought him back in. They made him suffer through this misery the last 5 months. So I'm not saying
like the Saints aren't going to do. They're not going to fire DA. They're probably going to hire Gruden. They're not going to do anything I want them to do.
Here's the deal. But Andrew, tell the people what you and me were texting about last week and earlier. You were talking about that the Saints run game sucks. And you said, you texted me, they need an entirely new run game and a new run game coordinator, full stop.
Plan.
I looked at Gruden's rushing attack numbers, they suck. So like putting his racism and his homophobia, put all that aside, like he's not even good at the thing that the Saints desperately need him to be good at. So like
I actually wouldn't be against, I said this on the post game, I'd be fine with Carmichael staying. I don't think he needs to be the offensive coordinator. So I think ideally you get a young guy that can show some ingenuity and be progressive and modern and have a good run game plan and find a guy that can coach the line to block the way they need him to. And I don't know if it's a guy from the Shanahan tree, whatever. Like find a guy that could come in and be the offensive coordinator, or at least be your run game coordinator. I don't think Pete Carmichael needs to be the offensive coordinator, but for him to stick around and be involved in the passing portion of the game plan, I wouldn't have a problem with that. I mean, sometimes you just need to mix it up, get a new playbook and start fresh. So like, I think there's a lot of worth to that.
You know who I would,
but Pete Carmichael is not someone where I'm like, he's got to be out of the building. But they at the very least, I think they need a new leader as offensive coordinator, and they need to enhance the staff with some guys that can bring in some new ideas, especially with run game coordinating.
I'm going to give you two names. Ken Dorsey for Buffalo. Their EPA per play was really good. And another name, I think he would be really hard to two more names. I'm going to give you these two. Thomas Brown from Carolina. He's from the Sean McVay tree. But Mike LaFleur, he's the offensive coordinator for the Rams, but he doesn't call the plays, right? Because Sean McVay calls the plays there. But here's the thing, Dave, it's really hard. We as fans, we don't realize this. It's really hard sometimes for these coaches that are like on the hot seat, like Dennis Allen. Sometimes it's really hard for them to get the offensive coordinator they want. Because I'm going to use a story. Jeff Fisher, he was with the Rams and he went from St. Louis to LA and it was a disaster with Jared Goff. And he said, look, I couldn't get the offensive coordinator that I wanted because everybody knew that I was on the hot seat. And I'm not making an excuse for Jeff Fisher and I'm not going to make an excuse for DA if it doesn't work out. I'm just saying, like, hiring an offensive coordinator when everybody knows if you don't win 10 games, you're probably getting fired. Like, I think it's going to be a hard sell for DA to get a good, young, progressive offensive coordinator or run game coordinator.
Yeah.
I mean, is it not an opportunity though if they're here as offensive coordinator and the head coach gets fired? Is that not an opportunity then for them to move up? They're in the building already.
Or flip side, you could look at it and say, Andrew, you look if you were say Mike LaFleur, and even though DA would be on the hot seat, you could look at it and say, I got Derek Carr, I got Olave, I got Shaheed who's going to the Pro Bowl, I got AC Perry, I got Kendre Miller, like. I got like that. You got some dudes. I can make this work. If I get Derek Carr, well, I can't say top 10 offense because the Saints were already top 10 in points. But if I get the Saints to like top 6, I skyrocket. I'll get a head coach job. So maybe it is more appealing than I thought.
I don't know. I just want to say, look, could the Saints upgrade at offensive coordinator? Sure. Like Pete Carmichael is not even top 5 offensive coordinators in the league. Not even close.
Top 5 in the South?
Yeah, he's number 5. But I just feel like we have bigger fish to fry. Like would I like an upgrade at offensive coordinator? Yeah, if they make the right decision and it's a guaranteed upgrade. But there are more important things that we need to address. I think there are other things that will. I don't think. I don't think a new offensive coordinator is going to instantly equate to wins as much as a new head coach or a new quarterback or a new running game or a new whatever. I think there are other areas of need that would make a bigger impact quicker if they were upgraded.
Andrew, are they going to do is anybody getting fired? Or are they just going to bring more people in?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm concerned. I'm concerned that. Look, like we've been kind of saying, like Carmichael's done right the last 2 years, and then he comes back, and even now it's like, well, Derek Carr had his best year with Gruden. Let's just bring in Gruden because he was helping us out last year, and they have the Raiders connection. Like they brought in Joe Woods to be the defensive coordinator. Like that's a guy that DA knows. Like why do we keep poaching people from the Raiders and Browns? That's a question I want answered. But I just like at no point the most surprising thing that DA has done was cut Lutz and Gillikin and go with UDFA kicker and punters. That's like the most surprising thing he's done in his 2-year tenure now with the Saints. Otherwise, it's just been of like a bunch of predictable moves, nothing that exciting.
Yeah.
And I think
bring back Doug Marrone.
I mean, I'm at the point where like I think DA's probably going to stay the course. Like they'll tweak a few things, like he didn't fire anyone in season. Like at what point has DA ever shown us that he's willing to make gutsy? And now he did blow up his defensive staff. He fired Chris Richard and he let Ryan Neal. Well, Nielsen got a promotion, but so
they would have fired him.
I don't know. It'll be an interesting offseason. I mean, Shannon Sharp, he had a take where he's like, I would cut Jameis Winston today. I know everyone sides with Jameis, and I know everyone hates
the only one who has come to DA's defense.
But he wanted DA fired. He was like, you got to cut Jameis and you got to fire DA.
In a crazy way, like I would almost respect DA more if he did cut Jameis. Not that I don't side with Jameis in the situation, but like at least it would show some balls. At least it would show I'm in control here, motherfucker. I make the call. Like you cross me, you're out of here. Like I would at least respect it. Like I don't think he's any good, but like that would at least show control and stones. But you know what? They're probably gonna re-sign him.
They're gonna
and DA's gonna be like, come back, Jameis. I forgive you. And it's just like, dude has no balls.
They're not none. They're not gonna bring back Jameis, are they?
No, if I'll agree. I agree with you, Andrew. If DA re-signs Jameis, that would be shocking. and that would definitely be a beta move.
But he just runs it back. That's what he does.
Well,
Status quo, continuity.
Here, the end of season press conference with Dennis Allen. I watched it, so y'all didn't have to. But there were a couple interesting things. The defense finished top 8, like we said, eighth in points allowed. But they only had 1 sack against Atlanta. And Andrew, it felt like the schedule really, really helped mask the defense's decline. They played a bunch of backup quarterbacks. Whenever they played a decent quarterback, Stafford or Lawrence, or an elite coach, Ben Johnson for Detroit, they got cooked. So, but
I will say this though, Ralph. I don't know if you saw this. Now it doesn't mean much because we have no idea how next year plays out. But as it stands today, on records based off this year,
that's right.
Atlanta has the easiest schedule in the NFL.
The
Saints have the second easiest. Somehow Carolina has it worse than both of them. I don't understand.
Well, because the Saints are in the South and they don't have to play themselves.
Fuck Dennis Allen for sullying the good names of Allens everywhere.
Your boy Allen with 28.3 donation.
I'll tell you what, DA is nobody's boy. I'll tell you what, Allen, you're my boy.
How close are we to a third shot?
About $40.
$40.
Wow.
Prepare the Malta boot, Ralph.
I'll prepare the Malta boot. But the interesting thing that DA said in the press conference, which I was a little bit surprised, he said, listen, we got to improve the run game. But he also said our run defense was not good enough. And I was just slightly surprised by that, Dave, just because the last month of the year,
it was up and down. Yeah,
it was really good the last month of the year. Even the Rams game, the Rams only averaged like 4 yards a carry. So
too little, too late, though.
Yeah, but it made me think
the defense is like his baby. He sees all of the little problems with the defense. he can't.
I don't know. No. Last year it was all about contested catches. Remember?
Yeah, the post
in his post game conference, like that's all he talked about. I was like, we can't make a contested catch.
Mm-hmm.
Did anybody ask him in the post-game press conference again about the Jameis Winston?
No, because the New Orleans media, they don't like. I'll give props. Like the Atlanta media.
Can we talk about Ed Daniels for a second?
We should.
What did he do? What was his? Oh, he was the one who was. He's the other one who takes Dennis Allen's side.
Yeah. Well, no, he was just like. He was mad at Jameis, and Jameis was like, "How do you feel about it?" And he was like, "Not good."
Jameis,
and so then Jameis was like, "Why do you not feel good about it?" And he literally says this, Dave. He goes, "Well, you got to play him twice a year." What?
Right.
What are you talking about?
What?
Like,
yeah.
Are we supposed to now be afraid of Atlanta? Is it like now that they have an axe to grind with us, they're finally going to beat us? Is that what we should be afraid of? Like,
I know. What are they going to do? Like score a touchdown or something?
Yeah.
Like,
if
Atlanta's
they run up the
up
score on us, if
Atlanta's up 41-17 next year in the season finale, and they do the same thing to the Saints, we'll probably cheer them on because we'll be like, get Dennis Allen out of here.
I'll be like, good, you should do that. But
it'll be like, will that get our coach fired, please? Will that get our coach fired?
I just I could not get over how ridiculous you got to play them twice.
That's right.
Ralph, you always go over to the Atlanta. You will go to the Falcoholic and everything. Were they happy that we did that and got their coach fired?
Mostly yes. Like they were just, at halftime they were like, "Wow, this is the best half Ritter's ever played. Like this is like maybe we're gonna win and we're gonna spoil the Saints season." I guess Arthur Smith's coming back. Like by the end, they were kind of excited. They were like, "There's no way they can bring him back now." I mean,
it was a win-win for them.
It was a win-win. The funny thing is, like, Arthur Smith's probably never going to get another head coaching job in the NFL ever again. Like, his ending is hilarious. Like, it's funnier than Bobby Petrino's ending when he ran off to Arkansas, and I didn't think anything could top that. And Arthur's, they did. Like his stuff was boxed up when the plane landed, right, Andrew?
Dude, I don't know why this is just coming to me, But you know what the ultimate olive branch is from DA?
Run game coordinator Arthur Smith.
Arthur Smith, come be our OC.
No, my God. No.
He's a run game guy. It's
He's a run game guru.
perfect.
That's his thing, man.
Honestly, I'm here for it. I think that would be so hilarious.
Oh, Ralph's pants just got tighter.
It's so ridiculous.
All because of Jameis Williams.
It's so ridiculous. It goes one of two ways. It actually works. Arthur Smith fixes the offense, and DA actually makes the playoffs, saves his job, or it implodes spectacularly. No in between.
Do you think Arthur Smith would take the call?
Suck it hard. This feels so good.
Would he take the call from DA? If DA calls him next week,
he needs a job. Yeah, I mean, if DA offers him the OC,
what I'm saying though is, does DA have to leave a message?
Oh,
does Arthur Smith pick up when he sees the call, or does he?
I'm telling you right now,
you gotta wait a week.
If I'm DA, I offer Arthur Smith the job as OC, and the first thing I say is, look, when we play the Falcons, you can run up the score on them. let's score on them from victory formation again. Okay. This time we'll go for 2.
Butteridge is saying Arthur Smith is having fun at FedEx.
So, Andrew, love the idea.
Yeah.
It's funny. It's witty. It's the stuff that movies are made of. And unfortunately, it's something DA it's too good for DA. He would never do this, never think of it, would never follow through with it, never happening. We spent the last 40 minutes shitting all over DA for being a wet blanket. This idea that you've come up with is way too fun. Way too
it would be amazing.
It can't happen. Cannot happen.
It'd be amazing because here's the thing, Saints fans would be like, ugh, it's Arthur Smith, but Atlanta fans would be laughing at us, and it would just spice up the rivalry even more. I'm here for it. That's what
I feel like we would enter a different dimension.
I'm already in a different dimension, Andrew. Just so you know.
the absence dimension.
Thomas, give us a quick donation update.
All right, Sean Orleans is still in the lead. Only one new donation from your boy Alan, and you heard it, 28.3. He's
How far
behind.
are we from a third shot? How far
are we from a multiple?
On the screen. It's on the screen, Andrew.
44.
You can look and see for yourself.
Right below you, man.
Yeah. It was $40 last time. It's gone up $4.
I mean, I just the vicinity. The vicinity.
He
rounding,
rounded down last time, and now he's rounding up.
Fuck you, Andy Juge.
So Gargantuan Hotline is back, baby. 22 calls.
Mega Hotline.
17 and a half minutes, Dave. Jason Champagne called 3 times. What, for a total of 5 minutes? What are you doing? People were pissed. They were pissed about Jimmy not getting a touchdown. They were pissed about Dennis Allen being a bitch.
Jimmy not getting a touchdown.
I'm pissed about Jimmy not getting
we end the Hotline season on a high note with calls from Hotline celebrities. Our cousin from Boston. Wow, Adam, yes. Radio voice guy. Thomas, play the Hotline.
It makes me sad. Is this the last Hotline?
It's time for this week's hottest takes from the Saints Happy Hour Hotline.
Whoa, cantare. Whoa.
End of the third quarter. Have we found our AT Colston?
Hey, yeah. So this is a little awkward. I'm one of Dennis Allen's balls. My brother and I have been left on the sideline, and we thought he was going to come back around and pick us up, but it's kind of lights out here in the dome and pretty quiet. If any of you could get in touch with him, with him for us, that'd be really doing us a solid. He seems to have forgotten us. Anyway, yeah, if you could call him for us, it'd be great. On the sideline, same sideline where he left us. Thanks.
Bruh, Dennis Allen has an uncanny ability to take things that I love and just completely them up. Like, he is a punk bitch. He's worse than a punk bitch. You apologize to the Falcons for what? How about you have any other players back? other than Derek Carr's in an entire goddamn season. Just any other fucking player. You're going to have Arthur Smith back. That dude's getting fired. You're going to get fired too. You worse than a punk bitch. You a rat, Dennis Allen.
Hey, boys, it's your cousin from Boston. Well, you ended with a wonderful win over the hated Atlanta Falcons. What a game. But you know what? At the end of the day, your Saints, my Patriots, they're all sitting home right now packing their bags for vacation because the playoffs are nothing but a dream. Hey, it was bittersweet how they ended. But look at it this way. At least my Patriots, they're going to get a new coach. So we got a little bit of hope. You guys got the same order of vanilla ice cream. It's going nowhere. So, hey, it looked good. The season's over. Looking forward to next year. Oh, my God. I'm looking at the Saints schedule. You might as well just call yourselves the New Orleans Stormy Daniels, because you're going to get like porn stars next year. Jesus Christ. If this wasn't the death knell for Dennis Allen and Derek Carr, next year, they're gone. So you got that to look forward to. Boys, it's been a pleasure. I may drop in and bother you. So take care, all that shit. Love you, boys. See ya.
Gentlemen, it's Adam the radio voice calling you from the Eastern Shore of Maryland. Well, thank God the Saints beat the living hell out of the Atlanta Falcons. Great win. Great move by the team, by the way, to get that touchdown for Jamal Williams at the end. So I can only say this. Nobody in the NFL can take the wind out of the sails of a win like Dennis Allen. He had to bitch out and throw his team under the proverbial bus in front of everybody. But we can't let that ruin a great win. It's a tough pill to swallow. No playoffs. We see the future in front of us. I kind of equate it for us having Dennis Allen come back next year and be the coach. We're going to want a different outcome, but that's like watching the movie Titanic and hoping the boat doesn't sink. So, great year. It's over. I'm not relieved, but I'm relieved. I'm a mixed emotions. You know, I'll say this, Dave, I'm in your camp. I'm with you the whole way. So I appreciate everything you guys do. Talk to you soon. Who dat, guys?
And Dave
Good
can
stuff.
react, but he
Thank
heard
you.
it.
Some great calls, guys. I'm gonna miss the hotline. I'm gonna miss hearing everybody's voice. Maybe we can bring the hotline back during the off season a little bit.
Thomas, do we have the second part of DA's balls call
It's in the
uncensored hotline?
answers. Yeah, we do.
Thomas, I make a request. Like you gotta cut the video of the podcast tonight, the hotline. You gotta cut it and just the 2.5 minutes of the video and post it on Twitter/X and Facebook. That'll go viral. If that doesn't go viral, we're never gonna go viral ever. The DA's balls is another
so great.
Another T-shirt idea.
I don't know. No, it's not a T-shirt idea, but like I don't know who does that or who calls in and says all that, but like I just thought that was the best one out of all of them. Because I know they've called in and they've been Cam Jordan's COVID before. And other fun things, but this one was the best I thought, and like just his like nervous laughter and like the acting that he did, I thought was like
he really sold it.
Golden Globe nominee.
That was probably my favorite of all time. Is it possible to play just that one again? I kind of just love that one.
Maybe.
I don't remember the timestamp, but I can. Maybe we can do it.
And then Adam, the radio voice. He said he agreed with me. Yeah, after this, but Adam, the radio voice, said he agreed with me. He didn't specifically say what he agreed with, so I'm just going to assume everything. Everything I say, Adam, the radio voice, agrees with. I can only assume.
That's right.
I can only assume.
So now it's time. The Saints Happy Hour viewer mailbag is brought to you by Hardhide Ponchatoula Strawberry Whiskey. You can pick up a bottle wherever fine spirits are sold in Louisiana, Mississippi, Texas, Florida, Georgia, South Carolina, and Tennessee. To learn more,
but not Virginia.
To learn more and to find a location to get a bottle near you, go to hardhidestrawberrywhiskey.com. Thomas, play Take It to the Top. Finger gun time.
Roger that.
This absence or whatever the fuck, it was so bad. Like I might have to take PTO tomorrow. I won't be able to drive to work.
Jesus.
It's bad. It's bad. Thomas,
I'm going to my car to get some candy. I'm listening.
All right, first question.
Go ahead, Thomas.
Dave has new headphones, by the way, for those who aren't watching
Wireless.
us.
He's
and
really
listening.
excited about
them. That's why he is everything.
Make sure you say in the chat how much you hate his new audio.
Yeah, I can just play. He can finally hear it.
Yeah.
The fart noises. Okay, first question from Saints Rabbit. By keeping DA, should we be losing faith in Loomis or trust Loomis?
Good question, Andrew.
Yeah, I have seen that, people are going rogue and like all the way against Loomis. They're going against Gale. Like they're ready to burn everyone to the ground. Everyone's accountable. Everyone's responsible. I've seen a lot of people saying, well, if Drew had passed the physical in Miami, Mickey would have been nothing. I mean, I generally think Mickey Loomis is he has to hire well. Like he has to surround himself with good people to be successful because he can't do it on his own.
The Saints have two guys getting interviews for GM jobs.
Yeah, I think Mickey is he thinks through things. He's really smart, really solid, and you're not always gonna get the right results. But I think Mickey and Gale have always been all in to try to give us a winner. It's not always going to work, but they weren't scared to give Derek Carr $150 million. You might not like the choices sometimes, but they're never scared to put their chips all the way in the middle. And that's the kind of owner and GM I want for my franchise, because I've seen people that are like, oh, we're gonna stay measured. We're going to take a step back and no, he swings for it. He goes for it.
You could have the Tennessee general manager when Diana Rossini asked them about, well, why didn't you trade Mike Vrabel? They said, nah, we didn't want to trade Mike Vrabel because it was too complicated. Can you imagine if Mickey Loomis had said, nah, we're not trading Sean Payton to Denver. It's too complicated.
It's too complicated. He it was very complicated. And he rolled up his sleeves and he got us a first round pick. And that's what Mickey Loomis does. Mickey Loomis went toe to toe negotiating with Drew Brees. Drew Brees almost left because he wouldn't budge. And Mickey Loomis, I mean, I'm telling you, because I know this, he is respected around the league. Everyone knows he is a very tough negotiator, and he does a tremendous job for the Saints. He is highly respected. So, I don't buy the fans turning on him. I'm all in on Mickey Loomis. I think he's tremendous.
If Bill Belichick gets fired or leaves New England, Mickey Loomis will be the longest tenured GM in the NFL.
Yeah. I mean, Mickey Loomis did a show with Zach Strief once a week when Zach worked for WWL, and obviously they formed a relationship, and Zach would eventually join the staff and coach. But so I'm just privy to some things. And I just think Mickey Loomis he's a genius. He's really, really good at what he does. And again, I think in any profession, nothing's guaranteed. You never know if these moves are going to work or not. I think that's true for anyone. No one, it's a competitive league. The difference between winning and losing comes down to very little. But that Mickey Loomis is a guy you want in your corner. I promise.
The one thing I'll say is, if you haven't ever listened to it, go to Thomas Dimitrov. Is that how you say his name? The old GM of the Falcons. He did a thing where he traveled.
Actually, surprisingly, you said it correctly.
Wow, the absence is kicking in. He did a podcast and he interviewed Mickey Loomis. He traveled around America and he interviewed Mickey Loomis. And Mickey Loomis had some great, interesting things to say about it. And he talked about his time in Seattle. And he's like, when I was in Seattle, we had Dave Craig, who was a really good quarterback. And we won a lot of games. He's like, we never went to the Super Bowl. We went to the AFC Championship a couple times. And he's like, we tried and tried after Dave Craig, and we really never could get it right. And he's like, it's so hard to get the quarterback right. Even if you think you do, you can't. And he's like, a lot of this is luck. And I was like, wow, most people in the NFL, they don't say that. They pretend it's like, it's my genius. It's my brilliance. And Mickey Loomis is like, a lot of this comes down to just, you got to get lucky. And I was like,
think
wow,
you know, but you don't know.
The thing is, I think Mickey Loomis cares. He takes his job really seriously. He cares about the community. I never wonder if he's not, he may make the wrong decisions, the wrong hires or whatever, but I know that he's all in. He's competent. Every decision is going to be meticulously studied, carefully decided on. The way he operates is methodical. And those are the kind of people
Dave, we got a bonus question. We got a bonus question from Budrich in the chat. Smaller balls, DA or the guy in the Bass Pro Shop fish tank?
Yes.
I saw that. He stole that joke from that girl, that Annie Agar girl or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think we ever really saw that guy's balls because the cameraman kind of like panned away as he jumped over and fell out.
If I did a second shot of this, I would go in the Bass Pro Shop. I won't lie. Thomas, what's next?
Yeah, by the way, $44 away, guys. Okay, next question.
Do it. I'm not afraid.
Oh, damn. Next question from Nole Fredo. How soon before Dennis Allen is ordering the Code Red on Jameis Winston?
Did you order the Code Red?
Dave, have you seen
can't handle this
man? Do you get that? Do you get that reference?
The only thing about Code Red I know is that's a Mountain Dew drink.
Oh my! Where is Kevin when you need him?
Jesus.
You've never seen A Few Good Men?
No, I've seen.
I have it on my PC, man. Even.
Wow.
No, I've seen it.
For God's sake!
Many
Wow.
times.
Even Thomas in Poland.
You can't handle the truth. See, I've seen it.
Am I clear?
What's the opposite of a Code Red? Because that's what DA would do for Jameis. What's the opposite?
Code Blue Balls.
Code DA.
Blue Ball?
Code Blue Ball.
Code Warm Blanket.
sticking with the testicle theme of the evening.
Yeah.
Code Derek.
Arthur Smith and Jameis, Jameis quarterback in the Saints. Arthur Smith calling plays. I'm here for it in a preseason game. August. I'm ready. My body is ready.
Too cool. My body is ready.
So, dude, PTO tomorrow for Ralph. What's next, Thomas?
Jesus. All right, next question. Next question from Claude Henri Smoot. He asks, given how the year played out in the retrospect, were Groupie and Headley the right respective selections for place kicker?
That's a great question
punter?
because Groupie missed the kick that mattered the most against Green Bay.
Yeah, I think Groupie ended up being pretty good. Over 80%. I think he missed no extra points. He was 30 of 37, I believe.
There was a stretch where he felt shaky as hell, though.
Yeah,
It really
It
was.
was true. That's true.
I remember he did miss a 28-yarder or something, or maybe less than that, 24-yarder. And I remember after he missed that saying, like, look, if you can't make that, like, get the heck off my team. Like, I don't care. So
well, I want to hear what you have to say about Headley, though. You're undrafted.
Yeah, I'm getting there. So Groupie overall, I would say good. Headley, I mean, not good enough.
You can't
not
cut
good enough.
Headley, man.
Also, I mean, I know off the record, well, I guess I'm putting on the record that Thomas Morstead was interested in coming back this year. The Saints decided not only to cut Gillikin and go with Headley, but they were like, you know, I never got the full story from Thomas. Anyway,
that's par for the, knowing what we know now regarding Jamal Williams and Jimmy Graham.
I didn't think it was possible. I hate DA even more. Thanks, Andrew. Thank you.
Jesus would probably come back to earth to play for DA's football team, and DA would be like, you know what, forget about it. I don't need you to prove to the world.
Here's the thing, though, you can't. Who's gonna tell Headley he's not on the team?
You'll get cut.
Well, that's exactly why he stayed on it, right?
That's right. I know DA's not gonna do it.
No.
You know what though? I'm gonna say this:
I'm hoping Morstead comes back next year.
Oh man, Morstead back because he's a friend of the program. It'd be amazing.
And he was runner up in the AFC in Pro Bowl. I mean, he had an insane year.
Yeah, and here's the thing that Dave, the offseason for the Saints might be because the last 2 off seasons the Saints have Sean Payton retired, you hired DA, you chased the sexual predator, Deshaun Watson, right?
I'm snacking on some now and laters, by the way.
You traded Sean Payton, and you had a 2-month chase for Derek Carr, right? So the last 2 years, the offseason has been crazy. The offseason this year might be quiet, but I'm here to tell you our summer might be amazing because I think the Saints, I think if they bring Gruden back, if I'm not back, but if they add John Gruden, they are a lock for Hard Knocks. A mortal freaking lock. So we can have.
Do they qualify though?
They do 100%. They don't have a first-year coach. They haven't made the playoffs in 2 years. 100%. They've never been on it, so they 100% they qualify.
What if your coach is as good as the first-year coach?
By the way, Thomas Morstead, kicking in cold weather, right, up in New York, he averaged 48.8 yards per punt this year, second highest of his career.
They played some team, either the Giants or the Redskins, where like Thomas Morstead was like the MVP and got the game ball after, and the coach said it was the greatest punting performance in the history of the world. Like he punted like 10 times. He punted like 10 times, averaged like 50 yards a punt. Like the DA didn't bring Thomas Morstead home is disgusting. Of all the things that
this tells you how bad the Jets are. Thomas Morstead punted 99 times this season. What do you think is the most he's ever punted in a season? How much?
Dude, that's got to be
60.
it. That's got to be.
99. No, sorry, second most.
60.
Well, second most is 74. So 25 punts less. The next highest is 62.
Wow. It's 100 punts.
The Saints didn't punt much while Thomas Morstead was
there.
Might
have, dude, he might have 100 punts, Andrew. That might have been like 2 years worth of punts. Like in 2011, 2012.
Yeah. Oh, he was in the 50s many times. Yeah.
Like, oh my God.
In 2011, he punted 46 times in 16 games. Yep.
Bring Thomas Morstead home, DA, you coward.
I'm willing to sacrifice my UDFA son for Thomas Morstead.
Exactly. I'll get drunk and then I'll tell him that he's cut. I'll do it. I'll do it.
I'm also willing to sacrifice Andrew's UDFA son for Thomas Morstead.
I'm willing to risk harm to my body to tell Headley that he's cut so Thomas Morstead can come home. Thomas, what's next?
Right, final question from Jeff Drunken. He asks, how badly do we want the Falcons' next head coach to be named Smith?
I've never wanted something so more in my life.
Smith. Oh, that's so good.
Do we have possibilities? Are there possibilities?
The good news is, the good news is it's probably our best chance. It's the most common name, so.
Yeah, I would have to.
Who's available that has the last name Smith?
I'd have to look at us. Just anybody who got Sean McVay coffee or Kyle Shanahan coffee. If their name's Smith, you could hire them. I don't know. Like, it would be amazing. Here's the thing: Atlanta or Carolina, one of them is going to make a terrible hire. I assure you. And I don't know who.
Not both.
I mean, it would be amazing if both did. But one of them's going to make a bad hire. Brett,
my money's on Carolina.
Ron Rivera to Atlanta. God doesn't love me that much.
I've heard they want Belichick.
They do. That'd
be interesting.
Yes, please.
Atlanta?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my God. And you want that, Ralph?
Yes, 100%.
I actually don't think it would be a great hire.
The thing is with Bill Belichick is
I would be very concerned.
Bill Belichick is old and he's he only wants to hire like his guys, and his guys are terrible for his staff. Like, he's still a good coach, I think. And also, Dave, he's awful at personnel. And the thing is,
the defense would be annoying overnight. Like, it would transform into something pretty good, I think.
Yeah, it would be. Like,
But,
the
thing is, like, to me, what would be much more scary is like an offensive guy that unlocks Kyle Pitts and Bijan Robinson. Like, that's where their talent is.
Drake
So,
London. Like, they're gonna go. I think they're gonna go all in for Ben Johnson. That's just my guess for it.
Yeah, that would be a little scary, especially if they figure out quarterback.
Johnson, very generic name, but not Smith. Close, but not Smith.
Close, yeah.
Yeah. Thomas, am I going to do a multiple?
Oh, your boy Alan said Lovie Smith and Carl Smith. Those would be great ones.
Let's go. Let's go.
Let's go.
Will Smith.
Will
yeah.
Smith.
Will Smith gonna slap us.
Hopefully you meant the actor.
Thomas, how close am I to doing a multi boot?
44 still.
That's right. So
no news.
Nobody
got to get to
Ralph to drink anymore. They're taking mercy on.
I guess everybody's gonna just Dennis Allen the rest of this podcast and
mail it in.
Yeah.
So who's gonna be the
Jameis? Who's gonna be the Jameis Winston here? Who's gonna step up and
who's gonna make a team decision
and get who's gonna make a team decision and get Ralph into that end zone for the first time this season?
we gotta do game pick season finale. Thomas, let's get to it.
Dave, that's your cue, man.
Look at this.
Yes, I know. All right, this is where we were. This is where we were before. So Kevin and Andrew were tied.
Yeah.
And then I was in second with 14 points. Kevin and Andrew had 21 points. I had 14 points. Ralph had 10 points, pulling in the rear.
Look at that score, though.
But all of us got points for predicting the Saints, except Ralph gets 10 points because he predicted 28-17, and 17 was exactly what Atlanta had. And then I thought for sure. Oh, now see, I thought I was going to come in. I thought I had a made with Taysom Hill, but he didn't get a touchdown. Kevin
noted Falcons killer.
Yeah. Right. That's why I thought I was good. But Kevin got 2 points for having Chris Olave with 14.6 fantasy points. Andrew lost 4 points with Jimmy Graham, who had 0 points.
Yeah,
but Ralph,
I had the most
10 points.
I was anti-DA. I had the most courage. Derek Carr was an easy choice.
Ralph gets 4 points for picking Derek Carr.
Only 4?
That's double. That's double. What the hell, man?
You got a total of 14 points. And if I'm doing the math correctly, you're going to lose by 1 point.
Wow, boo.
Look
I lose.
Yeah, there you go.
We got a special,
The sun never sets on the empire.
For the second year in a row, by 1 point this time, Kevin Hale is the winner of game predictions. Damn.
Nice.
Oh, that's an interception! Matt Ryan!
Hope Ralph has a good PTO day tomorrow.
Oh, Jesus. Was that Andrew?
Nope.
No, it was.
Who was that? Andrew's dad.
I think it's
your
Nikolai.
boy Allen. Your boy
Allen.
Allen.
Your boy Allen. All right,
Allen.
All right.
Nice.
So continue on. I'll go get the multi boot.
Go get some absinthe.
I like I like this picture of me in the stockade.
Damn it! It was close this year. It was almost the same as last year. Last year also Kevin won and Ralph was second.
Does Dave get the guillotine? Do we have a graphic for that?
We didn't get it last year. We don't have it this year, but we can make up some punishment for Dave for being the loser of the contest.
Ooh.
Maybe he has to drink 3 Malots in a row or something.
Oh.
By 1 point, you messed up, Dave. You could have made Ralph the winner if Taysom played better. I think.
I know. I really thought just like Taysom had a bunch of good runs.
And I almost had the 28-3 graphic ready with Kevin fumbling the lead, but unfortunately, Ralph didn't make it.
All right, Ralph's back. He's getting his headphones in.
Let's see if he takes himself off mute here successfully.
Okay.
There we go. All right.
Here's a thing that I know I'm in really bad shape. Because I went into the kitchen and
it turned out to be your bedroom.
And it was dark, and she turned on the light and she said, "Stop. Don't do a damn thing." I said, "Well, I need a shot." She said, "I'll do it. Stop."
Oh no.
And
no, we got Ralph in trouble.
And she made it for me.
She doesn't want you to.
She made the shot for me.
She didn't want.
I thought she was going to take it.
I thought she wanted. Yeah.
I thought she was going to fall on the sword for you.
Yeah, I thought she was concerned about your drinking. She just didn't want you to spill anything on the.
Yeah, she doesn't care. She doesn't care about my drinking. What are you kidding? No. He's like, don't make that money. Triple. Don't make that money.
I thought we got you in trouble.
No, he doesn't care. What? Kidding? All right. No, she made.
So what are we doing here?
Hard high.
What is that? All right.
So here we go.
Just remember, Ralph, they're a sponsor, so this has to go down real smooth.
That's a one, right?
Dave, I would die before I would ever vomit up hard hide. I would just be the end of the show. I would die. I would never do that for such a delicious, beautiful product. Never.
By the way, as Andrew's dad pointed out on Twitch, are you telling us that Selly assisted you?
The ultimate. Hey, Selly, I need assistance.
Aldo Marino is quick to point out that you're chasing hardhide with hardhide.
I am.
Oh yeah.
I am. And
the alligator liquor.
The alligator liquor.
Oh my God.
I am so drunk.
By the way, I've been laughing so hard. My wife is mad at me. She came in here and stared at me.
So that was the final.
What's your wife's name?
Aaron.
Hey, Aaron, I need assistance.
She can't hear me.
I need Aaron to talk to my wife about the cat with the cat with the diabetes. My wife is.
We put that cat to sleep. We were like, we can't take any more of this. It's been 14 years. This is ridiculous, and we put that cat to sleep. So. If you want to ask my wife for an opinion, go ahead. She'll tell you.
Your boy Alan says we need to get my wife mad. My wife, she probably texts me once every other show in all caps and says, "You're too loud."
Oh, does she? You never mentioned this. That makes me feel
I'm in the basement. She's 2 floors above me.
What
she
the hell?
texts me that.
Fucking paper walls in the US, man. Come on.
Yeah.
So
well, we don't have concrete walls. We don't have to worry about missiles and bunkers in Poland like you do.
What I want to know about is what was your favorite moment of the season? I'll go first. I mean, obviously the Jimmy Graham touchdowns. If he would have scored against Atlanta, that would have been it. The Jimmy Graham touchdowns, all 4 of them were great. But for me,
where is this question coming from?
I'm just asking it. For me, it was when Tano
I'm like looking in the chat. I'm looking on the screen. I'm like, wait, who sent us this question? And it's just Andrew. He's just talking to himself.
Yeah. When Tano Passanio,
Andre just from Russia, man.
When Tano Passanio sacks Tommy DeVito and hits him with this as a celebration, I died. That was the peak moment.
They didn't like that moment.
I mean,
yeah,
that was a great. The Giants game is high on my list because I called it. I was like, they're gonna crush Tommy DeVito.
Yeah. Right.
And I wanna say the Tampa game because I was that was another one. I was like, they're going to kick Tampa's ass because it's the Saints, it's the NFC South. And
so that's your answer, just the whole Tampa game?
No. And this answer is going to surprise y'all.
It's really, the question's really, what's your favorite moment?
My favorite, my favorite moment, the moment that gave me the most excitement is going to be a sad one. It's your UDFA son, Shaheed, running the punt back against Green Bay. Because I was like, this is happening. They're up 17-0 in Green Bay. They're going to be 3-0.
This is happening. Lube up.
Yes, this is happening. The Saints are going to maraud through this easy, sad schedule. They're going to win 12 or 13 games, and it's going to be amazing. Like that was my highlight of the year. It didn't turn out that way, but in that moment, it was amazing.
We're playing again in Green Bay next year. Is that correct? Did I see that?
Maybe. You can book it. Saints, Denver is going to be on primetime sometime. Sunday night, Thursday night.
Colin Saunders as fullback was also fun.
Yeah.
If they had gotten him in the end zone, that would have vaulted to the top, I think.
Yeah.
Dave?
Saints, Denver, primetime, book it. That's fine. I agree with that. Denver by 1,000 points. Hopefully
not with Jared frickin' Stidham.
Nah, I don't care who.
Oh, so that means the Saints are also playing the Raiders.
Quarterback himself.
No, they AFC West.
Yeah.
So DA will play the Raiders as well.
Mm-hmm.
Oof.
Oh well, next year is going to be interesting.
Maybe we should get Gruden.
That's the worst joke I've ever heard.
Yeah, sorry, that was a terrible joke.
I don't know. I have a terrible memory. I never remember things like that. Recency bias. Honestly, last play of the season. Honestly, a middle finger to DA. I don't know if it gets much better than that.
And Arthur Smith.
Yeah, killed two birds with one stone. I don't know. I would have had. This is something I would have had to have done research on and jogged my memory.
Aldi Marino asked, does Peyton try to run up the score on us?
Oh yeah.
I don't think he does. No, I don't think he does.
That's why I'm saying Broncos by 1,000.
No, I don't think he would, and I think we'd feel worse about it. Like would be like
no.
It'd be like a pity. Like I could run up the score, but I'm not going to.
No. Dude, Sean Payton called up Mickey Loomis and leaked stuff to the press that he was interested in coming back to New Orleans.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Like he had no problem stabbing DA in the back the year after he left.
Wasn't he mad about the trade too?
What do you mean?
But like he was mad, like he felt like Mickey Loomis was driving too hard a bargain and making it difficult for Denver.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
Oh yeah, so I take it all back. He's gonna run up the score.
Yeah,
but not if he has Jared. Not if he has Jared Stidham. Da will put him in the locker.
Like I said, Peyton will go out there and play quarterback himself if he has to, just to beat the shit out of us.
So Thomas, give us the MVP.
What's going on with that reporter, the Broncos reporter? By the way, that guy. What was that guy's name?
Albright.
Yeah,
Benjamin Albright.
Yeah, we had a good time with him.
What's up with that guy?
Well, he went on. He aired his dirty laundry. Do you remember all that? Yeah.
His girlfriend. Yeah. Did he get the help he needed?
I'm not sure, but if he wants to come back on the podcast, we'll have him. We don't do spaces anymore, though. I'm not a Twitter. I'm not a Twitter blue person, so I can't do spaces.
Mm-hmm.
Thomas, give us the final MVP tally before we do the knife giveaway.
All right, we had so many donators this episode. Thanks to Aldi Marino, to our real Uncle Mitty, to Jason Champagne, to Purveyor of Awesome, to Who That Golfer, to Andre Juge's dad, the big judge, to Budrich, to Andrew himself, to your boy Alan, and to the MVP for the first time ever. Very surprising one with 100 buckaroos, which is... the Sean Orleans himself. Congratulations.
That son of a bitch is going to get this knife now, isn't he?
That's a possibility.
He's doing this just for the knife.
He just wants the knife. It's a Saints Rabbit donated 10,000 bits week 11. That's amazing.
That was probably a show Andrew wasn't on.
It probably was. It was probably the one where I was drinking out of the handle. That was probably that. Yeah, that sounds about right. The funnier than that though is Andrew being MVP week 10
and 11 and 12
and week 10 and week 12.
Yeah, I'm winning the knife, baby.
Entries. Yeah. But who's Chody? Who's Chody 98?
I mean, this knife.
Yeah, he hasn't been on here much, but he won one time.
I'm not familiar with that name.
This knife is.
Yeah, Hatchet John at top of the leaderboard. He won 5 times over the course of the season.
And we're giving away a knife, so seems fitting that you should win this.
There's a 3-way tie for second between myself, your boy Allen.
Hatchet John has the number 1 draft pick. He has like 30% chance of winning.
Yeah. And
also since he won the most MVPs this season, he gets the VIP badge on Twitch. Unfortunately, he's not in the chat tonight, but he'll get it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Nice.
With a VIP badge. What does that look like?
Like a diamond. In the chat.
Whoa.
Right now, only Romeo has it since he was the first ever donator since we started streaming on Twitch.
Oh, Romeo has a diamond? Wow.
Yeah, you never noticed?
I haven't, no.
Okay, so we are ready to...
Why is it my face on the wheel?
I don't know, man. That's how it comes.
That's how it goes, man.
This is your podcast. This is your world. We're all just living in it, man. Yes, it is. You think we would be doing this if it wasn't for you?
Ralph, how many of your faces do you see on the wheel? Because there's only one. If you see multiple, it's the absent.
I see multiple. I see. Is that true? I see like 4. Is that true?
Yeah, no, there's only one.
There's only one.
I see like 4. Oh,
really?
Yeah, you're really.
I see like 4.
The absinthe is
like
getting.
I see like one face, but I see like 4 like behind the main face.
Yeah, that's not normal.
Not there at all.
No,
that is not.
That's not normal. Something's wrong with you.
Oh yeah.
I'm still cracking up about Selly. The way you told that story about Selly, I really thought she's wanted you to stop drinking.
No. No.
Jesus.
So
nothing stops this train, man. Nothing
stops the train. Spin the wheel.
Okay, so this spin is for the knife, guys. For the knife, and
the knife.
I'm gonna need help from your son, Rolf. So let's.
You might need to enlarge the spin thing, so we can see it.
Oh no! It was almost Sean Orleans. Damn.
Hatchet John.
Hatchet John.
That's the way it should be.
That's the way it should be.
Yeah.
That's the way it should be. It's like it's like the lottery odds for the NBA. It's the opposite though. Like since Hatchet John donated the most, it's like the Detroit Pistons, they're like 3-52. Of course, they have the best odds. Like the Hatchet John, like that's who deserved to win. Thanks, Hatchet John. We appreciate you. We appreciate everybody.
Now go use the knife as a hatchet.
Yeah. Right. If you use the knife,
now you've truly earned the name Hatchet John.
If you use the knife to commit a crime, we'll disown you. Like I don't want to be on Dateline getting interviewed.
Also, we're not liable.
I don't want to be interviewed by Dateline, interviewed by that guy. What's his name? Where he talks like this. I don't want to be like, yeah, he won the knife, and they knew it was his signature because it had the Saints Happy Hour logo. But so as long as you don't commit a crime, we love you, Hatchet John. So now, Thomas, we got to spin for the T-shirt. We're gonna give away a T-shirt.
Watch out, hobos.
Yeah, the second spin. Let's see if Hatchet John wins it again. So these are people who donated any amount during the season. You can see there's a lot more of them. Let's spin
even I'm on there.
Wow. Yeah, even you're on it. If you win it, Dave, it doesn't count.
How much is this for?
A T-shirt.
Oh,
who got
Saints
that?
Rabbit.
Saints Rabbit.
Saints Rabbit. Congrats.
Nice.
Thank you, Saints Rabbit. He's the legend. He's a legend question asker in the mailbag. So we like it's good. It's good all
legend
around.
Prop master.
Should we add Arthur Smith and Dennis Allen yelling at each other at midfield with like Jimmy Graham and Zach Strief?
No.
I wish we had the audio of that.
DA doesn't belong on there.
It was funny. Arthur Smith, poor guy, he knew he was getting fired. He didn't say like, "Why'd you do that to us?" He's like, "Why'd you do that to me, bro?" Fired.
Yeah.
Thanks to all the people who donated during the show. Thomas, give us a recap, everybody.
I already did, man, before the spins.
I would say that I
don't remember, man.
I don't remember. I would say that I'm really
I
drunk.
congratulated Kevin. You don't remember?
I don't remember. I do that a lot, though. But I'm really drunk tonight, so I
thank you for one last ride,
We're
Jimmy.
gonna
I'm glad that
Ralph
Ralph pulled out. I'm glad that Ralph pulled out your fat head and put it on his wall tonight.
Yeah,
I'm sorry that DA.
We love you, Jimmy.
The Jimmy Graham. That's a fun. Before we get out of here, like the Jimmy Graham, like farewell tour. Like it didn't end with the touchdown with the perfect ending, but I gotta say, like it was fantastic. Like the Jimmy Graham return. Like I don't know that we could have asked for more than what we got from Jimmy Graham, right? Like it went better than
disagree. No, it could have been better.
Well,
I thought we talked weeks ago about how
games and played in the red zone and been thrown to.
Yeah. No,
he ended up with 7. He ended up with 7 catches for 4 touchdowns. Like,
but I mean,
he probably should have had like 12 catches for 6 touchdowns.
But here's the thing: that even though they didn't use him enough. The ending was better because we wanted them to use him more. He could have been more of a weapon. That ending is better than, he's sad and washed up and they cut him during the year or he goes on IR. Like the ending was like really nice, I thought.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, what if, how about this? Does Jimmy Graham's going to retire because DA is coaching the Saints. If DA gets fired and the Saints hire a new exciting coach, does DA run it back? Does Jimmy Graham run it back one more year, hoping like the new coach is cool and not Dennis Allen?
Never say never. I just feel like I don't know. I know he's in good shape because he's been cycling and all that, but I think it was clear this year that like his body, he just needed too old to kind of do what they needed, on a consistent basis from blocking. And he really had a role that was condensed to just red zone catching. So I don't know that you can justify a roster spot for that.
How many years after he retires is Jimmy piloting my Spirit Airlines flight to Newark?
I would say 7.
7 years. Okay.
Here's a good question. Jimmy Graham, is he?
He made plenty of money.
Is he?
No, I'm kidding. He's not. He doesn't need to do anything.
Is he going to get in the? Do you think Jimmy Graham gets in the Hall of Fame?
Saints Hall of Fame or NFL Hall?
Canton.
No, I don't know.
I mean,
he's in the Hall of Fame of my heart.
Yeah,
I don't know about the NFL.
Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe we'll see.
I'm not sure.
So, this was an amazing show. Amazing. Dave put the exclamation point on it. I want to thank Vinny for sending us the Deuce McAllister jersey and the more booze for my booze collection. Thanks, Vinny, in Maine. We appreciate it. Thanks for listening. Thanks for supporting Saints Happy Hour. Please go to saintshappyhour.com. Become a patron. I know a lot of people don't necessarily listen to the end, all the way to the end. But if you do and you're not a patron, please support the show. We can't do it without you guys. Go to Saints Happy Hour. Become a patron. Thanks to Dave, to Andrew, for Kevin, for hanging out in the chat and making me drink poison. Thanks, Kevin. And Tomas, the best producer on earth, running the show back in Poland in the middle of the night. Remember, kids, if you're going to support a Saints podcast, support the one that wins awards. Until next time, the bar is closed.
Congrats, Kevin, for winning the title, but I'm coming for you next year.